Okay, hi everybody, how you doing? So, you got your bags. I asked you to read everything in your bags. In your bag you will find barbecue skewers, popsicle sticks, feathers, okay? Your job was to bring yarn and a pair of scissors to the table for our art. Today we are starting Ojos de Dios. That is Hispanic. It is actually God's eye. It started off as a religious, spiritual thing, but in actuality, it's been adapted through the centuries. The Spanish people migrated to the Americas. They met Native American Indians here. The Indians were called the Huguenot Indians. They took the concept of this weaving, and they used it for different things in their lives. Later on, people said it was God's eye, and people started to hang it in their home in order to beware that nothing bad would happen, okay? It really has no religious thing. It is made on two sticks joined together that do simulate a cross, but it has nothing at all because you're gonna be making one with 3 sticks and 4 sticks, and artists today make them on yardsticks. And they make them hanging on top of people's houses. It's the same kind of thing that the crafts from the Native American Indians, the dream catchers, are created in that same way. It had spiritual context earlier, but now through the years, it has become one of the cultural crafts of the nation. We are going to make an Ojo de Dios, a God's eye. You are going to take 2 sticks, the 2 popsicle sticks. You are going to cut out 2 yards of yarn. Remembering, please, a yard is from one fingertip to the other fingertip across your chin. So 1 yard and 2 yards. You're going to cut it. And now you are also going to get a smaller piece. It doesn't matter the size. And we are going to tie these 2 together. If you were very young, you might glue the sticks together. But the Indians didn't glue it together. They might have found some sap from a tree, but they didn't really glue it together. So you're going to lay your sticks down on the table, okay, and tie them together. And what we're doing is we have to weave. So I tie the 2 sticks like this, and I do a double knot. Always do a double knot. That means 2 knots on top of each other. Okay, now I have them laying like this. I'm going to open them up, and now I'm going to weave it around and weave it again. Put it down on the table. Okay, so they're tied together. And tie a knot again, a double knot. Okay, so it's tied together, and I'm not doing anything. I didn't do 2 knots, Mrs. Knight. Okay, your whole objective is that no wood after this is going to show. And you're making an X in the middle. I'll show you in a minute, okay, to cover this, and it's supposed to represent the God's eye watching you, okay? It's the centerpiece. Here we have different samples. Here's the back, and here's the front. Okay, so now, I'm not cutting this off yet. I'm taking this yarn, and then I'm putting it on top and tying another knot. Be careful you don't get splinters. Okay, excuse me. Moving fast and got my things mixed up. I better cut this off so I don't get too mixed up. Don't cut your knot. I've done that a lot. So I'm putting this back on. I'm tying it again. And before we start weaving, and I show you where to put your numbers, your objective is to cover this wood. So this is how we do it. We do diagonal lines. Here goes our Dizuda lines. 1 diagonal line, 2, 3. Twist your hand and do it 1, 2, and 3. This way, the middle is totally covered. You are not worrying about the back, but it happens automatic. Okay, now you're putting this down and you're snipping something if it's hanging like I have. Now, I'm taking my Sharpie and you're numbering this 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 if you're right-handed on this side. If you're left-handed, then you put 2 here. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now you're weaving. So I'm starting not at 2, not at 1, the way you would think so. So this is what I'm doing. I'm taking this here, wrapping around the 2, going in front to 3, around the 3, in front to 4, around the 4, in front to 1, around the 1, in front to 2, around the 2, in front to 3, around the 3, in front to 4, around the 4, in front to 1. Look at the center. See what's forming? The triangle, the diamond. 1, behind the 2, in front to 3, behind the 3, in front to 4, behind the 4, in front to 1. And you keep going. And you keep going till you are here. Okay? And then you keep going. And you keep going. And you're up to here. And so when you come to the end, you tie a knot like this on it. You use your tummy and you loop it so that you are able to hang this up. See? Now then you can add on feathers, you can add on beads. I'll show you how to do that too. So this is your first one that you have to do for class. Okay? Your second one now is taking 2 barbecue skewers and doing the exact same thing. Okay, so these are thinner and also these can give splinters. So be very careful. So I'm taking the yarn. I'm not cutting as much right now. To start off, I just want to make the knot so I know that I have my Ojos de Dios tight. So I'm putting these on top of each other. I cut off the points because it's dangerous. Don't forget, these are barbecue skewers, right? You can go home and cook some chicken and shish kebab and shrimp, right? You didn't know it was a cooking class. All right, we're putting these on top of each other. I'm taking the yarn and putting it underneath. I am tying a knot, a double knot. I'm doing another knot. I'm not wrapping it around though. I'm just doing a knot. You'll see why. And this is the same thing that you did with your popsicle sticks. You make them in the middle, okay? I'm opening up the sticks. Now I have to tie the sticks so they're tight. So I have this hanging here. So one I hold and I wrap it around. 1, 2, 3 diagonal. 1, 2, 3, okay? I have this hanging here. So I'm going to tie it to this. So I'm going to join my threads. Snipping off one end. Never cut your knot. So here, I've joined these together. Now, the same way, I put numbers on this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Don't put them up to the top because we're going to want to put feathers in them. See, so if we put the numbers too high, we're going to see your feather number, see? So you have to work it. So now we have this, and we're going around to create the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think I have the middle tied together. So now I'm going to take another piece of yarn. This is where I'm measuring my 2 yards of yarn again. Because the sticks aren't as thick as a popsicle stick, 1 yard, 2 yards. Because they're not as thick as a popsicle stick, you use less yarn. Now, how do you join 2 pieces of yarn together? Watch. You take 2 pieces of yarn, roll them on your finger like this, and make a loop. Okay? A cursive Q. Push these through the middle. And join it. It's joined. Now I can weave. Now, when you're weaving with a lot of yarn, I always prefer to roll it in my hand like this, loose. Okay? So here I have a little ball. So now where am I? Ended up at 2. So I'm going, just what we did on the popsicle sticks. 2 goes to 3, 3 goes to 4, 4 goes to 1, 1 goes to 2, 2 goes to 3, and I'm going under. I'm wrapping in front and going under, wrapping in front and going under, wrapping in front and going under, in front and going under, in front and going to under. Watch what's happening. It's growing. In front, going under, in front, going under. Look at my triangle. See? Okay? And so in front and going under, in front and going under, crossing in front and going under, in front and going under. And I'm going to keep going for 2 more minutes so you see this grow. And really they're fast to do, as you could see. Okay? And I love them. They're all awesome, awesome gifts. I've used them for many, many different ways. I know families that have decorated them with yarns with Christmas colors or someone's birthday colors and put them on their trees and hung them as mobiles. A mobile is something that hangs and blows in the wind. Okay? So here you go. So I could keep using this, or I could join another color to it, but I'm going to leave it. Okay? So that's the second one you're making. The third one you're making is 3 sticks, which I have started already. And you can see the big mess. See the big mess of all knots and string? So now I need to trim it a little to make it neater. And I'm trying something that I've never tried before, ribbon. Okay? Now, I did not number this, so I'm numbering it now. So we have 6 spokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now there are artists today that have used this concept and taken bicycle wheels and made Ojos de Dios out of the bicycle wheels. Okay? There's all kinds of things that you could do. Okay, now where's number 1? Here's number 1. So I'm going wrap in front and go under. Wrap in front and go under. You must pull tight. No wood is allowed to show. Wrap in front and go under. 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 So now I did it fast, so I have to push. Must be tight. Okay? And I'm keeping on going. I'm trying this ribbon. Never did it with ribbon before.
Hi, ladies.
Hi. We're doing a video, so welcome. Okay, you can come in and sit for a minute. Wrap in front and go under. Wrap in front and go under. Wrap in front and go under. And as you could see, we are building up the central part of our Ojo de Dios. Okay, don't go. We're going to be finished in a minute. Okay, here. And here we go. See? So it's a little loose here. So we'll have to push it. And remember, it sticks. So it's going to loosen up a little. So you're going to have to go over and keep reinforcing. All right? So this is how we start off the Ojo de Dios. Okay? Now, let's say you're adventuresome. On this one, you want to make it 3D. First of all, let me show you these. Here's one. These are ones that are made. You can see we joined the colors. You can do 10 rows of a color and then switch to another color. Here are ones that are behind me that have been started. Okay, so over here, here's the beginning of one. Okay, so we made the X in the middle. Okay, with the diagonal lines. Now I need to weave it. This is stuff that some kids, I got a donation of yardsticks, and so students wanted to try it. So then, this is the next step. Okay, and these are one-dimensional. It's only this on the back. Okay, now, let me stop for a minute here. Over here, this is many sticks, and this is still only one dimension. Okay, I thought I had a 3D one out. Just hold on, here it is. Yes. Here is a 3D one. And that's what you have a choice of on your 6 sticks. Okay? So 3D means it's happening on both sides. And I'm going to show you now how to do that. Okay? All right. So there, and then we'll be finished. So, right now we're going in front. So you're wrapping. It's going to end. It's going to end. Sorry. But they hear it in class too. So here's front. We're wrapping behind and going in front. Wrapping behind and going in front. And I usually suggest 10 rows and then switch up to go in the back. So now I'm going to switch. So I'm going in front now. Instead of stretching in front, I'm stretching in back of. So I'm doing the opposite. See? I'm doing the opposite. So I'm going behind. So I'm stretching, behind, wrapping around. And I'm going to do 10 rows of this. Okay? You have to keep holding tight. So I'm going behind it. Now let me show you. Okay, it's still growing. Okay, so we're going to keep on going. All right. So if you look closely, you'll see the 3D growing here. See? See? So this was the back, this was the front. So now it's happening on both ways. So you have a choice for your third Ojo de Dios. Yes, you have to have 3 sticks, but you could make it 3D or you could just make it straight up, just like this. Okay? But the whole idea of the back of this is that your sticks are covered. Now, again here, we're ready to finish this up. So you loop it, you tie a knot, like this. Sorry, just cut this. So, you put this on. I put my finger in to create a loop, and I put this in between. And now I can hang it. Now, feathers. Also, whoops, look at this, see it fell off. I'm moving too fast. for the feathers, you could pick up the yarn here and shove the feather in here, depending on how big a feather it is, or you just tie the feather on and loop it in. Okay, so either way, that's how you put on your feather. And here's the finished one. Here, and it's done with tongue depressors. Some artists, when they do this, they like to add beads. I didn't bring any beads, and I didn't want to put beads in the bag. They'll all fall over, and we're busy rushing around and everything. So you could string up the beads. If you need help, I'll show you if anyone's interested in learning how to do the beads. Okay? This is what we are doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in art class. Okay? So I will be doing the exact same thing in front of the camera with you at Google Classroom Monday morning. Please bring all your supplies to the table so we can work together and talk. Thank you.